Hey, party people. In this video, I'm going to present to you the big questions that you need to ask yourself before you start your fashion company. And whether or not you decide to write a big, elaborate business plan, answering these questions will help you focus your thoughts and create a strategy for your new business. First up, two really important things I want to go over before we get to the questions. Number one, go get a book on business law for the place that you intend to do business. Please be legal and stuff. Number two, and this is really important, especially for those of you who are designers who are looking to start your own companies. And you may need to remind yourself this on the regular, but the second you start your own business, you become a business person first and a designer second. Why is that? Because business people, they concentrate on the whole company functioning and running smoothly. They don't prioritize one department over the other. They want everything to be running smoothly and making money. And trust me, you need to make money. You need to pay rent, and you need to at least make enough money so you can make another collection, right? Designers, they prioritize how good the clothes look. And listen, that's not a bad thing, but that's not enough to run a successful company. On to the questions. Number one, why? Why are you starting your company? Okay? What is your vision for your company? Do you have any idea how many fashion companies there are out there? There are so many out there. I don't know if anyone has a definitive number. So why are you starting yours? This why, okay, your vision, the why of your company, it will center you and it will guide you through the tough decisions. Okay, business people, when you're starting your own company, you have to make 100 decisions every day. And sometimes you will get stuck. Option A or option B, what is the better one? Okay? When you get stuck, go back to the why of your company. And it will center you and it will guide you and help you figure out which choice is more in line with my company's focus. Number two, how? How are you going to separate yourself from the others in the market? And I promise you, you do need to differentiate yourself from the others. How you differentiate yourself can be in what you make. It can be a special invention, innovation, technology incorporated in your clothes. Okay? It can be how you produce it. Maybe you're a top to bottom sustainable and fair trade production, and that is something you can use in your marketing. You can differentiate yourself on focusing on who you make things for. Who are the people that are underserved in fashion? Okay? Who is not getting dressed? You can differentiate yourself in how you market yourself, how you sell your stuff, how you size your products. Sizing is such a huge issue in the fashion industry. Okay? There are a lot of options. Pick one, pick three, go with it. Question number three, what? What are you going to make? And don't say everything. Okay? You can make everything eventually. Eventually, you can build an empire that rivals Ralph Lauren in size and variation. Okay? But start with focus. Okay? Tory Burch, she started with $2 million, and even then, she didn't come out with everything. Vera Wang started with $100K, and she focused on bridal gowns that were more modern and minimal than anything that was out in the market at the time. Okay? So think about what you have some expertise in. Think about what you're interested in. You have to have a passion for the product because you're going to be looking at it day in and day out for a long time. Think about what can make the biggest splash in the market for your debut. What is the thing that we need in the market? And listen, you can start with a collection as small as 5 to 10 pieces. I've seen companies blow up with just two things. I think 2018 was the year lingerie businesses exploded. And I mean that in a good way, offering women all kinds of alternatives to Victoria's Secret. right? And a lot of these brands, they started with 2 styles. And they sold like crazy. They took these really high quality, well-developed, well-fitting products, sold like crazy, turned that money into more product development, added more styles slowly. Okay, they didn't explode to 100, they exploded to 5, adding more colorways, growing thoughtfully. Okay, you don't need a 100-piece collection to be successful. Number 4 is who, and the who covers 2 categories. The first one is, who are you dressing? Who is your customer? If you've watched any of my design process videos, then you know I'm constantly banging about focusing your attention on who your customer is, who your muse is, who inspires you, who's gonna pay for your stuff, and also really fleshing out that customer profile. What's their age bracket, what gender, what is their lifestyle, where do they live, do they have families, how much disposable income do they have, and how much are they really spending it on clothes, and what they need out of their clothes. And if you read or listen to any designer interviews, anywhere from the smallest indie shop to the big couture houses, they are banging on about the same thing. This is the Valentina woman. This is the presence she wants to make in the world, and this is how she likes to make an entrance. And they're talking about the Gucci man and his attitude and his accessories and his swagger. Every company, every successful company really understands who they're designing for and focuses on that. The second part of the who is, who are you going to hire to help you? And this question is about assessing your strengths and weaknesses. Listen, being self-aware is really important. Please be honest with yourself about the things that you are good at and the things you are not good at. There are going to be some things that you're okay with. You can maybe take a class, brush up, or get a little bit better, and you can tackle those. And there are going to be things where it's just going to be better in the long run if you hire someone knowledgeable. Number 5, where? Where are you going to sell your products? By that I mean, are you going to go the wholesale route or are you going to go the direct-to-consumer route? If you don't know what I'm talking about, I'll link below videos where I talk about wholesale and direct-to-consumer retail. Okay? Are you going to go brick and mortar shop, like an actual physical store on a street, or are you going to go online? The answers to these questions are going to dictate a lot of other answers, like, figuring out your supply chain and pricing, how you market and sell, what kind of skills you either need or need to hire, what kind of suppliers you need, how much startup capital you need, those kinds of things. The second part of the where is, where are you going to produce your goods? Think about pricing. Think about turnaround times, and think about the specialties of each country and region that is available to you. Think about the sustainability and ethics of, choosing where to produce. You might not know exactly where you want to produce right now, but start researching the pros and cons of domestic versus overseas manufacturing. And that'll be different depending on where you live in the world. My channel goes international, so it's going to be different for everyone. A lot of the pros of producing domestic are, faster turnaround time, because you don't have the long shipping lead times, and tighter quality control, because you can be there to check in on the production. Last but not least, when will you debut? If you've watched my Perfectionism is Stupid series, then you know that I don't think perfect exists. And you need to try your absolute very best. But, waiting for all your little ducks to be in a perfect row, you're just going to sit around waiting forever. On the other hand, you're never going to have more time than before you debut to just completely test and develop the crap out of your product. Spend that time wisely and work out the kinks of anything you could think of, your supply chain, your fit, the technology, just, test it thoroughly. Listen, once you have customers, you cannot take a season off. Wholesale buyers will find you unreliable. And with direct-to-consumer customers, if you're not producing new things, they will forget about you. You have to learn to work around setbacks or problems as you're producing more collections. So use that pre-launch time wisely. Set a debut date. Maybe that date is a trade show that you want to sell at, some other event where you want to make a splashy something, or just when you're going to very quietly launch your website. Whatever you decide is going to be the best option for you. And then calendar backwards. And that's it. And I know that's it. That's a lot to think about, right? My recommendation, write down these questions in a little notebook, one question a page, and then just start scribbling in it whenever. Carry it around and scribble in it whenever inspiration strikes you. If you're anything like me, you will think of a good idea so randomly, like as you're pumping gas, like stopping by the post office, little times like that. And you're like, oh, I got to write this down before I forget. Please give this video a thumbs up if you learned something new today, if you found this video helpful. Share, subscribe, all those lovely things. Check out zoehong.com to sign up for my newsletter. And if you're looking for product recommendations, I do have an Amazon page. I actually created that page because I got so many requests for product recommendations. And yeah, I do make a little money off those links, those Amazon page links. But the prices don't change for you. So if you're interested, check it out. Links are in the description box below, along with links to my social media and other related videos. Dream big, plan realistically, and I'll see you in the next video.